This Instagram face had the internet in a chokehold for almost a decade. You know exactly what I mean. The fox eye, the huge lips, and the laminated brows that don't even move a little bit when you laugh. For years, that face was absolutely everywhere. You couldn't run away from it. On celebrities, on influencers, on regular people that saved up a bit of money for a little tweak. And then, little by little, bit by bit, the spell broke. You started watching videos of people dissolving all their lip filler. Nurses posted side-by-side clips explaining filler migration and the dangers of plastic surgery. Even the names tied to the look began showing up smaller, softer, and more like themselves. And yes, you read my mind. Of course I'm talking about the Kardashians and their latest natural beauty phase. But not North. That one is still a mystery I am not willing to dive into. The Instagram did not explode in one day. Oh no, Rome was not built in a single day, ladies and gentlemen. But now we are finally at the end of that era. And it's worth talking about why it died, what those treatments actually do to your face over time, and why the quieter, natural look is finally taking its place. And honestly, we're gonna also talk about how that might actually be a bad thing. So ladies and gentlemen, you know you better buckle up and prepare yourselves for impact because we are going on a wild ride.
Thank God we are finally seeing the death of Instagram face. We are entering a new era of aesthetics and we are finally letting go of the overfilled, the over-angular jaws, cheeks, lips, everything. And I'd say that it is about damn time. I cannot explain how many faces I've seen that look so beyond normal, so abnormal, they don't even really look human anymore. In the past, we decided that specific features were desirable. High cheekbones, a strong jawline, big lips, and then we decided that we would just mishmash them all together and that would create beauty. When actually, not everyone is supposed to have a strong jawline. Not everyone is supposed to have high cheekbones. Not everyone is supposed to have humongous lips.
Humans are greedy creatures. They want more and more and more. I personally love the Instagram face. It might just be you, Kiki Lee. You might be one of the only ones. Do you really think it's going though? I feel like I still see it. Now, the Instagram face didn't simply show up one day and decide not to get off my FYP. Get off my FYP, girl. It grew little by little until it was absolutely everywhere. At first, it lived solely in makeup. Contour palettes hit drugstores, YouTube makeup artists drew new cheekbones and slimmer noses with brown cream and a bright highlight on top. Then came the lip liner tutorials, overlining tricks, and that super matte lipstick that made everybody's lips look way bigger on camera. Celebrities and influencers posted daily using that exact formula. Tiny nose, lifted outer corners of the eyes, very full lips, and a sharp jaw. Their posts got more likes, so people inevitably copied them. It felt like we had grown to a place where there was only one ideal face out there, and the internet kept holding it up like a trophy.
Yeah, not only are we being exposed to more beautiful faces on a daily basis, but people are making themselves more beautiful than ever. Gia Tolentino labels this Instagram face. She talks about the gradual emergence among professionally beautiful women of a single cyborgian face with this range of features that are distinctly white yet ethnically ambiguous at the same time. And while Tolentino really pinpoints Instagram as the source of this face, the place where facial features started becoming trends that people could actually adopt in radical ways, she also points to the emergence of cheap, accessible, safe plastic surgery as one of the causes for this. She writes, "I couldn't shake the feeling that technology was rewriting our bodies to correspond to its own interests, rearranging our faces according to whatever increases engagement and likes."
I'm just gonna say whatever you believe in, girl. Our maker did not intend this. Like, you cannot tell me that we are this intelligent species and all we're doing is going, I want to ding I'm gonna move this, gonna change this, gonna move it. The squirrels don't care. The squirrels are busy getting nuts, you know? The bears are busy hibernating. They're not trying to change what their mama gave them. It's also classism. You can't be pretty unless you get surgery or BBLs. It's another way to put the working classes down. To be honest, if you're using your body as some sort of experiment to put other people down, you need help. Literally, I used to be pretty, now there's too much competition. I can't be bothered. Girl, you're pretty just as you are. You don't have to, there's no competition. Don't worry about it. It makes me so sad that everybody looks the same and no one is ever okay with how they look. So dystopia and so frustrating. It is weird. It's weird when you want to change something and now we're at a point in the world and in this day and age that you can literally change anything you want at any time if you can afford to do so. And the people that can't afford to do so will literally risk their lives to go to underground black market plastic surgery clinics and get get completely botched. If you guys haven't watched my full deep dive on how horrible and scary plastic surgery can be with the wrong person, you can go ahead and click here. It's almost as bad as marrying the wrong person, girl. Make your choices wisely.
Guys, for the longest time, I would be like scrolling on Instagram and I would see the Insta baddies and be like, oh my god, like their makeup looks so good. And why do they all have like the same beat? You know what I mean? And I'd be like, oh my god, like what products are they using? How are they making their faces look like that? And then I found out that it's Face App. Like, Face App. It's truly remarkable. That's why they all have the same face. And it slays and they look amazing. But it's face.
It slays and it looks amazing. Maybe it's because my time of the month's here and I'm feeling a little bit of fire up underneath me. But what are you, like, this is what's crazy, is that we look at this weird phenomenon going on where everybody wants to have the same face and we go, it's beautiful, it's amazing. What makes it beautiful if every single person has it? If every single person has it, that's where the value in individuality comes from, and where the value in like being completely authentic and yourself will become so much more valuable than trying to look like every single person down the street, girl.
So I wonder if y'all are going through this too, but I'm really at a stage in my life where like I don't care to be this perfect person on social media. Like, what the fuck does that really get y'all? Absolutely nothing. And like I've really been going back and forth, like contemplating if I should really just be done with Instagram, because I hate this, like, you have to be picture perfect, you have to have the body, nice waist, clear skin, you know, you have to make the post aesthetically pleasing. Like,
Brands then moved ahead and helped it spread. Skincare lines promised glass skin. Injectors started posting perfect and flawless before and after images, ones that they almost had me caught up, girl. Red carpets and even magazines started to push the look. And then all of these filters started getting baked into all of the apps that we use every single day. Remember, once upon a dream, Facebook was about sharing posts and friends commenting and going, oh, bestie, your trip to Bora Bora was fantastic. All of the apps are being used to smize, pop off on the Melania. Hello. I love her. I thought we were just supposed to be sharing ourselves authentically, not do all this hodgepodge. And then when you're on Instagram using filters, you open up the app and boom, your pores are gone. That sort of became the default and what we all started expecting out of the people we were following. When people started seeing their unfiltered appearance, everything started feeling off and like there was actually something wrong when that was just their normal face to begin with. So people started compensating for it by booking appointments, all with an effort to try to make that edited appearance look real. Lip filler had an absolutely crazy boom. Baby Botox took center stage like I had never seen in my life. Women as young as 21, 22, 18 going in for recurring treatments of Botox is crazy. People were trying to fit in with the new norms, and the idea of it being baby or something made the younger generation feel like it could be for them. The more that all of these results and before and after started showing up in our feeds, the more natural this Instagram face felt. It kind of got me to a point where I was brainwashed to believe that that was what was beautiful. That is how you become the most beautiful form of yourself, would be to get fillers and Botox. And around the beginning of this era, I might have been in my early 20s and it was something I absolutely fantasized about. Wait, guys, I have to tell you something. You know that feeling when your skin's tired, your back hurts, and you just end up blaming life itself? Yeah, same. So I found something that magically fixes all of that at once. For the past few weeks, I've been testing out the Magellan Red Light Therapy Bag, and you guys, I am completely blown away. First off, let me just say that this thing is the sports car of red light therapy. It's FDA registered and clinically tested, so it's not another random gadget. In just 20 minutes, you are getting full body benefits for skin aging, pain relief, and inflammation. All of the above, in fact, I do have. The bag uses red and near infrared light to boost your cellular energy. Translation, Lael, please, what does all this mean? It literally helps your skin regenerate collagen, reducing wrinkles by up to 89% and improving firmness by up to 93%. At this point with all this technology, I think we're gonna be young forever. I noticed my skin looking plumper and smoother after only a few weeks. But at this point for me, it is not just about beauty. The near infrared light penetrates deeply to help suppress inflammation. One single session can reduce whole body inflammation by up to 75%. Yeah, even the type that's triggered by eating sugary or greasy foods. Hey guys, my birthday's around the corner, and let's just say I have been eating enough greasy food for the entire country. It's like when you treat yourself a little too far. I've also been using it for muscle soreness after workouts, and honestly, it's wild. Studies show 88% of users notice significant pain relief, and I definitely do. And because I know you girlies love the tech details, it's We've got 7,560 LEDs across a massive 71 by 31 inch wraparound design, so it covers your entire body. The irradiance is also super powerful. It is 120 milliwatts per square centimeter, which means that in 10 minutes, you're getting the amount of therapeutic energy that would take way longer with a smaller device. Having this thing is like having a spa at home at your fingertips. I am stuck over here watching The Housewives on my iPad, drinking a Diet Coke, and getting a red light experience all in one. This is adulthood. So if you have at all been thinking about red light therapy for beauty, pain, or recovery, this is absolutely the one that I would recommend. And if you guys live with your parents, do not tell them that you have one of these, because mine have been living in this bag. I have an exclusive link for my girlies. If you guys use the code Lael, you will get 5% off with my exclusive link in the description box below. Thank you so much to Magellan for sponsoring today's video. We ended up living inside one big mirror where the same face bounced back at us from 100 different angles, and it worked because the internet rewards sameness. The face with simple, repeatable steps is super easy to sell. Use this brow gel, this liner, this filler, and this Botox pattern. A trend can start feeling like a base standard when it stops being a trend. And for a few years there, Instagram face felt like the standard. The problem wasn't that people wanted to look good. I mean, everybody wants to feel great about themselves, look a little bit better. There's no harm in that. The problem became the sheer amount that people were pumping into their faces to look like this new normal. When a template starts calling the shots, just a little touch up can end up becoming way too much. Lips need a top up because migration makes the border fuzzy, while your cheeks need a little more because the gel has started to settle. One procedure pushes you to do another just to balance out the face. What started as a quick little fix to touch up something you were maybe a little uncomfortable about ends up turning into a full-on paid subscription to your face and consistent trips to the injector's office. This is exactly how you end up getting overfilled face syndrome. I've talked about this in so many of my previous videos, and it's like when you're somebody who's maybe never gone to an injector before, or you've never touched your face in that way, and you go down the street and you just notice these certain people that look off, maybe because they've overfilled, maybe because of the use of Botox, but it's just too much. But to them, they think they look like a superstar. Like, think Lauren Sanchez, for example. I'm sorry. Think about Kylie Jenner when she was in her overfilled era. That's exactly it. It starts to look uncanny. Time and money start to pile up, and so do the unfortunate side effects. Fillers can swell because hyaluronic acid pulls water. They can shift because you talk, chew, and sleep. Rhinoplasties can look perfect at 6 months and pinched at 6 years if too much structure was removed. There's also this crazy weight of the Instagram face. When you edit your face every single morning on Face app and then try to reach that same look in real life, you end up chasing a moving target and then feeling like you're getting all left behind, and you can't match up to this weird ideal that you created for yourself. Why are you doing that?
If I date another man, I'm gonna have to say, oh yeah, by the way, my nose is fake, my lips are fake, my jawline is fake, my chin is fake, I have Botox in my face, these are fake, my waist is fake, I have lipo, my hair is fake, my nails fake.
This is so heartbreaking, and it just shows our culture is built off of such perversion that women feel like they need to go out and fix what is not broken about themselves. But this is what happens when the beauty standard is built off of a culture that is obsessed and addicted to corn. Our culture is so perverted and distorted and built off of comparison thanks to social media that now it's producing body dysmorphia on a mass level.
I feel like social media has been so toxic for our generation. Absolutely it is. I mean, at the end of the day, that girl is pretty, objectively. I mean, both girls. But the original girl talking about all of her work, she is pretty. Of course, she is a corn star. She's a OF girly. So, I mean, if we're saying she was built off corn and she is doing corn, I mean, she's influenced. I'm gonna stop there. That is so dystopian and scary. So what is she gonna tell her daughter? It becomes way too much. There's just no reason to feel like you need to change absolutely everything. And you can talk about, oh my gosh, maybe she wanted to, maybe she needs to take care of herself, maybe she had an insecurity, maybe there's something going on. I completely understand. You gotta live your life. And if you've got the money to pay for it and you wanna do something for yourself and you've thought about it for long enough, that's totally one thing. But the bottom line is, I don't believe that people making these decisions to do this much work and to have an Instagram face, these are not original ideas, right? We are not born in our homes with our family, growing up, playing, being kids, being young, being like, I need my nose done, I need my lips done, I need my waist done, I need my butt done, I need my boobs done. That all comes from influence, external influence, from either your family telling you you're a certain way. I've heard that 1,000,001 times, whether it's from the TV, whether it's from influence from social media. All of this comes from other places. We don't wake up being a perfect, beautiful newborn baby with an idea to be different, or even with the incessant need to have to be different. Who said you had to do any of that? Your eyes start getting used to this new normal you see all over social media, and you think it's normal. Then you have to add more to get that same wow effect you felt at first. Especially with AI and fake models completely being thrown into the mix, it's insane. Literal women who were designed by a computer to mash together the most beautiful, quote unquote, beautiful features and create one perfect image. That probably also has gotten us to a point where we start to appreciate our natural features as well.
The Instagram face is dead, but why is the question? Why has the Instagram face died? And if you don't know what the Instagram face is, this is literally what it means. It's basically a face shape, which is crazy to think that faces can go in and out of style. It really grew in popularity, I would say starting around 2017, 2018. It really involves, for the most part, for 99.9% of people, a lot of filler, sometimes cosmetic surgery to achieve. And it is a racially ambiguous face, which means it's like a small sort of pointy nose, but then kind of bigger lips, especially up and down, and upturned eyes. Like there are definitely many different racial aspects that have been put into this now perfect face. It's called the Instagram face also because like you can easily face tune and Photoshop and face app your face to look like it. And because we now know that the Instagram algorithm literally favored people with that face and pushed out their pictures because they deemed them more beautiful, which is a completely other topic. But like we actually probably should talk about that because it's insane. In any case, the Instagram face is dead. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, the only reason for that is because the trend cycles are changing. You know what I mean? Like clean girl is out, mob wife is in. No, I actually don't think that that's the case. I think that the Instagram face is out because of AI, because we are now getting more and more saturated with these insanely, like Ralph Lauren AI girl. That face is literally terrifying us and our brains are starting to rebel and we're looking for beauty in unusual ways. I could go on and on for hours about different facial trends that have been going on that I think are going to go out of style or that already are going out of style. But rather than doing that, I do think that I should just suggest if you want to participate in trends and you don't want to A, spend money, and B, make permanent changes to your body, makeup is your best.
Exactly. It doesn't take much to do a little contour, queen. Girly, just pop on a little bit of contour, do a little freckle, do a little snatching with the liner. Like, you don't have to make any permanent decisions because as we know, trends come and go every single day. Whether it's a TikTok trend or a face trend, our bodies and our faces are not trends. Stop!
There's this phenomenon called Instagram face where we're all slowly starting to look the same. Same makeup techniques, same cosmetic procedures, all trying to fit within that beauty standard. Back then, we used to celebrate originality and embrace uniqueness to the point that no one looked the same. I think it's time we bring that back.
You wake up worrying about lighting or angles or smiles or whatever rather than just waking up to enjoy your day with a purpose. That's not beauty, that's work. It needed to end because it was asking people to fight their own faces like it was their full-time job. And I'm telling you, you guys, we need hobbies. We can't be sitting there in the mirror all day being pissed about what we look like. And now the pendulum has finally swung, like we always say it will. The new aesthetics that girlies are dying for is the natural one. It's clean girl, it's Pilates Princess, it's it girl, it's blah blah blah. If you guys haven't watched my whole deep dive on the Pilates Princess, you can go ahead and watch right here. The clean bun, the soft skin, the effortless outfit, the green smoothies. People are saying that they're so over the heavy, obvious, and overdone stuff. And I don't know if it's just me, but I've always said that the hottest guys are the ones that don't seem like they're trying, or they don't know why they're hot, or that they don't know that they are hot. And I feel like it's the same thing for girls. When we don't try and you just embrace who you are, you embrace your style, you embrace what you feel good in. If you like to wear black every single day for 10 or 20 years, if that's what makes you feel hot, then that is how you're gonna present your best to the world. It's the effortless, I didn't even try stuff that makes you look your best. But here's the weird twist. We all know this, that the pressure didn't just disappear. It just changed outfits, which is kind of weird. When a culture starts to love natural, but it punishes pores, lines, and asymmetry, people don't stop getting work. They just get better at hiding it, which is literally the birth and the entire reason of the whole undetectable injectable era. A lot of women decided that they wanted to look naturally perfect, then be open about what it actually takes to look like that. That means that tiny doses spread out over months. Laser here, microneedling there, skin boosters instead of fillers, aligners to soften bite lines, a nose tip tweak that nobody can really notice unless they're really staring at you and squinting real hard. It's still a plan, it's still maintenance, and it's almost nearly as bad as the Instagram face. Influencers are part of the switch. If your whole brand is natural beauty, well then you can't run out here saying that, oh yeah, I just casually got a BBL at 18. So a lot of these people choose to leave things out. That creates an entirely new loop. Viewers think that their bare face should look like a filtered face with just a couple procedures thrown in. And then when it doesn't look like that, they feel completely left behind or even ugly. Instead of chasing an Instagram face, now everybody is chasing some sort of secret routine pain that nobody is willing to talk about out loud. They still book the treatments and then they don't tell anyone. Secrecy is the game, and the reward goes to anyone that seems like they were simply born blessed.
I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm like naturally pretty or I naturally look like this. My hair is bleached. Eyebrows are dyed and groomed. Eyelashes, eyelash serum. If I don't have an eyelash serum on, I don't have eyelashes. Botox. I've had multiple lip flips in my life. Nails are busted, but they are in fact fake. Tan is fake. Teeth are not fake, but they were thousands of dollars and 5 years worth of braces and dental work. And then on top of that, whitening the fuck out of my teeth every single week so they look like this. None of this is natural. I don't want any young girl following me to think that this is like a natural beauty standard. Maybe some people look like this naturally. I for one don't. I for one have spent money, time, and effort to look and feel my best.
Now that's a real girl's girl. Now that's on real bestie material. Good on you, girl, for speaking out. Wow, I respect this so much. As someone who doesn't do Botox or anything like that, no hate, it really helps provide clarity because I naturally assume people truly look that way. Exactly. We love an honest diva. The clean era didn't kill all of the effort that women were consistently putting into the Instagram face era. It just changed where the effort goes. Instead of buying the same filler and the same palette that every single person is using, more women are spending money on things that feel like they're truly theirs. They're learning their undertones so their foundation doesn't look like a ghost in the daylight. I mean, I think I'm a little, I might be, I know I have never matched my foundation right. Let's be for real. They're maybe picking a haircut that respects the natural texture of their hair instead of burning it off every single week while straightening it. They're treating skin issues with a real plan. Retinoids, sunscreen, moisturizer, instead of just masking everything with lip liner and full coverage foundation. This entire phenomenon is what started the entire high maintenance to be low maintenance girly trend. We all know that one. Those videos are so damn long I can barely watch.
Let's be honest, this is high maintenance, and I want to say it's to be low maintenance, but it actually just takes up so much time and it's expensive. So here's what I get done, how often, and the prices. Any girls that have had hair extensions, you know that once you get them, you never go back. I get these done every 4 to 6 weeks. I have tape extensions. I personally find these give me so much volume and I just love the way they look. Total cost for this was £1,170. Stop is for my facials and my injectables. So I love to get microneedling. I just think this is such an underrated treatment and it makes such a difference to the skin. I try to get this once a month because these things are time consuming. I always try to double up on my treatments, or triple up in this case. So I also booked in for M-Sculpt, which basically is a machine that is strapped onto your body and it tones and strengthens the muscles. To be honest, I only really do this before holiday. My masseter both.
You put a strap-on to tone and strengthen the muscles, girl? And you don't think that's a scam? We are ruining our own kind. Like, they want to take your money and you're just giving it to them. You know it doesn't work. You know it doesn't work, girl.
Botox was way overdue. I usually get this done every 4 months. Another treatment I can't live without, and this all came to £1,500. Next up is waxing, and I get full legs and full arms, and I do this every 6 weeks. This does actually make my life easier, and it is high maintenance to be low maintenance, and this is £94. If your manicures don't last, then you need to try a Ukrainian manicure. Ever since I've been getting these, I only get my nails done once a month. This costs me $87.
What happened to the Russian manicure, bro? I can't keep up with these girlies. Like, I can't. Like, you guys are too quick for me. I'm not saying she doesn't look snatched. I'm not saying she doesn't look gorgeous. I'm just saying I don't have time for that. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. She's already starting with the morning shed. I'm out of here. I'm out of there. No. I couldn't be quicker to get out of there. All in all, they're swapping 5 really loud products for 2 products that actually make a difference. This feels more personalized and it feels smart. It's not like everybody's using the same thing when everybody has different hair, skin texture, everything. It also more so fits real life. It's something that, you know, if you're somebody who has a beauty routine and you do this one thing, high maintenance to stay low maintenance once a month, and on every day of this month or every 2 weeks, you go ahead and do all of these things, and that works for you, of course, that's very beneficial and it actually can help your life. Faces move and change over time, and your skin has texture that doesn't look as smooth as your fave influencer's photoshopped Instagram story. When you pick products and small treatments that work with that truth, you end up looking like a real person. There's a simple reason why this shift is so much better. Novelty beauty obviously fades. The first big pouty lip is exciting because it's brand new. A month later, it feels normal and then you want more. That cycle continues until you don't recognize yourself in the mirror. With the new less but better phase that the girlies are pushing today, the reward comes from how accurate these products are for you and your lifestyle. The shade on your foundation that naturally disappears into your neck looks luxurious every single time. You look more like yourself, so that urge to pile on more and hide completely fades. More started feeling like less because every extra step stole attention from your actual features. When you stop fighting your face and start reading it, you need fewer things and each thing does more. And of course, the money follows whatever the customer wants. When people got tired of the stiff copy and paste face, the market completely adjusted. Foundations got lighter, people started selling skin tints, lip oils, serum foundations, blurring balms, cream blush replaced heavy overdone contour. But girly, don't get me wrong, I love me a full face. You know me. Wait, can we clock the neck? Can we clock the neck? Like, why do I feel like my neck... Yeah, no, it doesn't match, you guys. Clock that. Shade ranges got wider, not just in depth, but undertone. Because people did want accuracy. Is that so much to ask for? Hair care exploded, hair care creators absolutely popped open. Abby Young, I Owe You My Life, and scalp serums and bond treatments completely took off. Even clinics started switching up and offering things like tweakments with smaller doses and longer timelines. Now, of course, there is a status piece amongst all of this. For a while, status was the done look, obvious lips, obvious contour, obvious everything. It said that you had the budget and the access to look that way. Now the flex is harder to fake. Looking naturally expensive usually means you spent time learning yourself and the money used to pick the right help. You got a color analysis that actually improved your closet. Might I say that I loved my color analysis? I don't always follow it, but it's great to know, you guys. Like, how enlightening. You found an actual facialist that helped you improve your barrier and get you a system that actually works. You finally saw a dentist after 8 years, girl. Go to the dentist, who helped to fix your bite so your jaw loosened and your lower face softened without a single syringe. You got a trim schedule that actually keeps your hair looking healthy. You bought fewer makeup products, but every single one that you did buy was the perfect shade and perfect formula that you were looking for. So your kit is of course small, but every single thing earns its spot. Brands also know this and then price around it. Custom is a magic word. Personalized hair routines, made to order foundations, skincare that claims to match your microbiome. Some of it's overhype, obviously, but the general direction is pretty obvious. The value lives in fit, not flash. If you can afford better fit, people can tell. That can be annoying because it turns the idea of natural and looking natural into some sort of status game. But there is, of course, a positive side. You can reach a similar effect without luxury if you slow down and learn your own face, and then just grow confident in it.
I do think there's going to be a shift towards more unique features, more natural faces going forward, because we've really just swung so far in one direction where so many women are getting work done, fillers, Botox surgeries, that everyone starts to kind of look the same. I think unique, imperfect features, natural, untouched faces are going to be in a lot higher demand, are going to become more desirable because everyone just started doing the one thing. And I've seen a couple other videos of girls talking about this, and I just love hearing that because the beauty standards are just out of control. The beauty pressures that we all feel and that really young girls and young women feel to like alter their faces is just, it's just too much.
It is too far. How are we going to teach our babies about this? We can't. We can't let them know that this happened. They'll read it in the history books, or they'll see it on Bic Bok or Dink Doink or whatever is going to be around when we're old. I don't know. A simple routine that actually agrees with your skin is going to be so much better than an expensive one that consistently breaks you out. Don't even get me started on this. The amount of products I have bought and the money wasted, I should have never done all that. Uniqueness feels expensive, but it just takes time and care. But the good news is attention and care isn't just for rich people. The internet luckily actually helps here. You can now watch 5 reviews, return whatever didn't work for you, and land on a routine that looks tailored without spending a fortune. And I'm not gonna lie, all of this is significantly better than whatever Instagram face was trying to sell to you. We've still got a long way to go before beauty standards stop feeling so incredibly toxic, but until we get there, this might be the perfect step in the right direction. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please throw a big fat thumbs up and also comment down below. Are we rejoicing with our hands locked together to be so grateful Instagram face is gone, or are you missing missing it? Or do you still have the Instagram face? Comment down below and let me know. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you can go ahead and click here to find out why every single person is starting to look the same, and maybe now it's going to completely change with the death of Instagram face. I so hope so. Or you guys can go ahead and click here to watch my recent video all about filters and how they're absolutely ruining your life. Stop using the filters. You guys know I love you, and I only make these videos because I truly want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.